What's up, everybody? Rob Cash is on the set. But before we go any further, any mentioning of any digital asset is not financial advice in any way, shape, or form. You know what to do. Now, guys, I know you noticed I've been talking about a lot of different other digital assets lately, but a lot of these assets have been really catching my attention. And plus, if you've been following me for a while, you know that I've always said I hold many other assets, okay? Love my XRP, but for me, it's prudent to be very well diversified, okay? And so I'm just sharing my interest with you. Now let's get on with it. Now, this article says IOTA rallying by 18,300% to $55 is possible. Ardent bull confident. Now, I'm going to get straight to the meat and potatoes of this particular article. It basically touches on what IOTA is. So I'm going to read it verbatim. The IOTA Foundation is behind a project whose objective is to commandeer the world of Internet of Things. Oh, God, I read that all screwed up. Let me start that over. Okay. The IOTA Foundation is behind a project whose objective is to commandeer the world Internet of Things, IoT. Even so, the coin that will power that revolutionary hyper-connected world is trading at around 30 cents with billions in circulation and pre-mined, almost like XRP. Regardless of its price, it's the possibilities and low competition that supporters are convinced the next bull wave would see the asset's price spike to $55 when IOTA has control of 10% of the IoT space. That's big right there. So when you're cornering a market, especially this early, I really can see the potential of IOTA hitting, an extremely high price. I don't know whether it's 55 or anything like that, because again, this is still speculation. But in a sense, they're judging by the numbers. This is educated speculation, not proof, just educated speculation. So again, still means it is a possibility, but not definite. Now, I'm going to read this last part verbatim. According to a cryptocurrency analyst, Taipei Style, IOTA has the potential to surge 18,333% to $55 within a tentative time frame, which may be years upon the complete rollout of 5G internet. In a tweet, the IoT fanatic and an ardent supporter says, IOTA says the progress towards domination would happen in locksteps. I like that word, domination. I'm not really a fan of 5G, but with them being with their focus being on the Internet of Things, that would definitely help them be a dominant force with that type of use case. Now I'm going to move on to the next thing with a Medium article with IOTA. Now this one says why IOTA will be worth at least $100 within 5 years. Now, guys, I know, you're seeing the price and you might think that looking at the price prediction, it could be clickbait. But I honestly think that what they're saying about IOTA is making sense. Now, I'm hoping it's going to make sense to you. I'm going to get down to this right here. You can check out the article, the graphs and stuff like this. And, I'm going to link it in the description. So if you want to go deeper, go into a deeper dive with it, you can. But I'm going to get to the meat and the potatoes, of this right here. Now, I'm going to read this verbatim. Let's go here. Every little sensor will create sellable value. And IOTA is the way to make it sellable and buyable. Companies want to buy this information because it will help to reduce their cost significantly. To buy those data full of valuable information, they need the IOTA token. They need the IOTA token. I like that word, need. The biggest demand will come from the biggest companies who want to make more profit and reduce their costs in the most efficient way. Especially the insurance and health industry will benefit from this. Now, guys, of course, major corporations want to spend less and make more. And if IOTA can give them a chance to do that, That's what's going to happen. Now, let me read this verbatim right here. Any hashtag IoT company not accumulating IOTA this year will be significantly less relevant in 10 years. IOTA will define which IoT protocol matters in the future. The tech is groundbreaking. I hate it when I do that. Okay. The tech is groundbreaking. A multiple $trillion market is waiting for those companies who do accumulate IOTA. Now, the Internet of Things, is practically already here. You have the internet in your fridge, your stove, in your car. And with them covering that market, okay, and they're getting the deals, they're getting the partnerships, because you know that they just had a partnership with Land Rover and Jaguar. And I just put in another video, my previous video, that they've secured a partnership with the Division of Transportation in Austin, Texas. IOTA has been quiet for a while, and it looks like they're coming out with the knockout punch. They're not feeding out the little bitty nuggets. They're coming out with knockout punches with what they've been doing over the time. And it looks like they're ready to kick some ass. And personally, I slept on IOTA. I had it. I sold it. But listen, I'm back in the game with IOTA, okay? Do what you want to do. It's not financial advice, but I'm just sharing with you, with things that interest me. Now, I'm going to scroll down here where they show you a chart of, it says top industry based on 5 years. Top industry based on a 5-year CAGR from 2017 to 2022. So it gives you a value of each industry, and I guess what part of the market do they cover. So you have consumer, which is the darkest, which is at the top, and you have insurance, which is number 2. You have healthcare provider, federal, central government, construction, and others. So this graph shows you, all the coverage of the Internet of Things. And they're saying here that they're looking to corner 10% of that market. So guys, do your due diligence. Check out IOTA. I'm going to link this article in the description, and I'm going to go to the next thing about IOTA. Now check this out. Now, let's read the top of this. KPMG states, out of 1,500 plus cryptos, Bitcoin, Ripple, Ethereum, and IOTA are the most important. Now, of course, they should have put XRP here, but we don't have time for the petty. You know what they mean. Now, I'm going to read this title one more time. You know how Rob Cash do. Now, KPMG states, out of 1,500 plus cryptos, Bitcoin, Ripple, Ethereum, and IOTA are the most important. Now, I'm going to touch on that in just a second, but let me touch on who this company is, okay? Now, it lets you know who this company is down here. Now, I'm going to read it verbatim. You know how I do. One of the big 4 auditors, KPMG, is a network of professional service firms that provides tax, advisory, and financial audit services with large companies like Bosch, Volkswagen, Santander, and BMW jumping on the crypto bandwagon. KPMG tried to answer the importance of corporate treasuries should be attaching to the crypto coins. Okay, and it has a little drop down you can click on to check that out. Of course, I'm going to leave this in the link below. But listen, this company right here is one of the big 4, like PricewaterhouseCoopers and Deloitte, things of that nature, just to give you the idea of the magnitude of this company's opinion. And I think this company opinion, matters. And I'm going to read the title again. KPMG states, out of 1,500 plus cryptos, Bitcoin, Ripple, which is XRP, Ethereum, and IOTA are the most important. And guys, all the work that IOTA has been putting in, over time, and all the news that's been coming out. So I personally think that their opinion matters. And you see the price prediction for IOTA. I'm not saying that that's going to happen. I'm not saying that that's true. But I'm telling you, the work ethic matters. The partnerships matter. My man CKJ's been shouting this for a year. The proof is in the partnerships, okay? And if that don't make you move, I don't know what else will. Now, I'm going to give you just a brief showdown of who KPMG is or are. This their website right here, and it shows you, they have their insights, industries, and services. So if you guys want to keep up with them, and again, they're saying that IOTA is important, XRP is important, Ethereum is important. And I think that companies like this, when they lay out opinions like that, it matters. So, me personally, I'm happy I'm dropping down some IOTA in my bag. Now, I'm going to touch on Cardano real quick so I can keep it moving. Now, it says here, Cardano launches its new enterprise blockchain side by side with Ethiopian government. Now, first of all, to be working with governments is the goal. We all talk crap about, we originally got into digital assets to get away from government, but guys, we cannot expect our investments in digital assets to reach the magnitude that we'd like it to reach without these guys making solutions for governments, banks, and major corporations. You have to accept the good with the bad, because the only thing you can do is just get ahead of the curve. And right now, we are ahead of the curve. We are in digital assets right now, while the masses are looking at reality shows like Housewives and spending their $200 and $300 on sneakers they can't afford when they're struggling with the rent. Not all folks, so I'm talking about the broke folks. The main people that are the first ones to laugh about cryptocurrencies are the ones that are doing the most dumbest shit on the planet. Now, I'm going to touch here. Again, like I said, they're getting it done with government entities. Whether you like it or not, those are the people that our digital assets are going to have to be working with in order to reach the potential that we're expecting it to reach financially. Now, let's get right down to some more meat and the potatoes. Now, for those that are new to Cardano, I'm going to read this verbatim so you can get an understanding of what Cardano is and who's behind it. Now, it says, Charles Hoskinson, the co-founder of Ethereum and founder of Cardano, launched a new enterprise blockchain framework that aims at providing better financial services to people in African countries. The information was released by Forbes on April 30th. Cardano ADA is one of the largest networks in the crypto market. Now, that's just a brief summary of who's behind Cardano, what Cardano is, and I'm going to read this verbatim just a little bit also. Cardano launches new enterprise blockchain. The new network is known as ATLA. Did I say that right? ATLA. And the intention is to serve as a solution for developers, companies, and governments. The new network works in a similar way to Hyperledger Fabric, and it will be providing services to different institutions and agencies, including companies. During a conversation with Forbes, Hoskinson commented, ATLA is an enterprise framework similar to Hyperledger Fabric. However, the point is to be a solutions provider for governments in need of municipal currency or a supply chain management system. This requires a type of framework that serves as libraries and modules that would allow governments to rapidly build a product for end users. Guys, again, Cardano, which I've become bullish on in recent times, and I've actually heard about Cardano just as long as IOTA, and there were people way smarter than me, a year ago talking about Cardano and IOTA, and I've been following these people for a long time. So for me, it just makes sense, and the proof is in the partnerships, the proof is in the work, the proof is in what they are getting done. The writing is on the wall, and at 8 cents, that's some real cheap writing for me. And my wall, my crypto wall, my money bag wall is going to be stacked to the top with projects like this that just makes a hell of a lot of sense. Now, we're going to keep it moving on some XRP news, which is really not news. But before I do that, the reason why this is important for Cardano launching in Ethiopia is because the same way I feel about Pundex, they're launching in continents like South America and Africa because they're tapping into markets that all the other digital assets projects are not running to, like the United States or China and stuff like that. They realize that a lot of these places are underserved. And I'm looking at it from a business perspective and from a humanitarian perspective. I hope these people are better served. I hope these people are now included in global commerce. Not only that, it makes sense for me financially to be ahead of the curve, to be invested in companies who are having the foresight to touch these people and these markets. Now I'm going to move on to XRP. Now, the news that I'm bringing up on XRP is not what you call news. It's more like tabloid crap. Now, personally, I think this article here is clickbait. I looked through it a little bit, and I just brought it up just for the sake of it being latest news. And if anybody run across it, I just want to spread the word that it's not nothing to get excited about. Bitcoin started, I'm going to read it. Bitcoin started at $0 and reached 20,000, which is true. Can XRP ever hit the predicted 589 price level? Now, before I even touch on this article, I think anything's possible with XRP. First of all, with all the partnerships, with all the relationships, and with XRP reaching $3.84 in 2017, before we knew about Temenos, before we knew about Santander, before we knew about PNC, and all these other, great collaborations and news things that, all these different things that came out at that time wasn't even fruition, and XRP reached almost $4. So there's no way in the hell you're going to tell me that XRP can't reach 5, 10, 1500, 25, 30, 35, 40, and you know the rest. David Schwartz himself, gave an educated number of XRP reaching, $120 on Twitter sometime last year. And again, not saying that it's etched in stone, but the way XRP is designed, I do not see it not reaching, 3-digit levels. But this article touched on it so far as a price prediction, but it pretty much just FUDs out. You can check the article out yourself. Of course, I'm going to link it in the description. But some BitLord or something like that. I'm going to read just a small part of it here. While crypto BitLord is hoping for a higher price of XRP, another analyst is of the opinion that the asset is overpriced, even at the current price, because it is basically a remittance token majorly used to provide liquidity for Ripple's cross-border payment services. He added that the price of 0.0043 is enough for XRP to settle the entire foreign exchange volume of $5.1 trillion. Listen, whatever, dude. Personally, I think they printed they gave this article this title so they can get you to look at the FUD that they want to present in this article. So it's pretty much clickbait. I mean, up here it sounds okay where it says, let's see, I'm going to read the top. It says, XRP, the number 3 cryptocurrency by market capitalization, has not had it easy in 2019 despite the current market recovery. It is quite a challenge for the cryptocurrency and its holders as the future growth of the asset remain uncertain. It's not uncertain to me, but I'll finish reading it. Some analysts even say it is not likely that XRP will exceed a few $100 at the highest attainable price. Okay, I mean, this right here gives it some, I hate to use the word hope, some hope of it at least reaching the 3 digits. I'm going to read this last paragraph right here, and then I'm going to move on to the next thing. However, an early cryptocurrency adopter, Crypto BitLord, says XRP has the potential to hit $589 in the future. He compared XRP to how Bitcoin started, saying Bitcoin started at 0 and went to 20,000, and the same future awaits for XRP. So this BitLord person has the faith in XRP reaching triple-digit numbers. However, this other analyst says, that XRP is overvalued. Again, if the article interests you, I'm going to link it in the description. You can check it out. But the reason why I pointed this up is because I'm going to click on here. Both of these articles came out today, Sunday, May 5th, and both of them touched on the whole 589 price prediction thing. Now, the reason why I pulled both articles up, because I don't know if it was coincidence or what, and I'm not trying to create a mysterious overlay about, the price prediction of 589, because, I have my own, views on that, and I'm down with the whole BG 123, well, now he's 321 thing. I'm down with that, because a lot of his predictions have come into fruition. But what I'm saying here is that it's just kind of interesting. Two separate articles from two separate publications decided to touch on the whole 589 thing. Could it be something brewing? I don't know. But here it's mostly FUD, definitely. Now it says here in the title, a clear 589 Ripple's XRP price prediction in 2019. Now they're saying they're going to give a clear price prediction. Whatever. Crypto News Today update on Sunday, May 5th. It's article 2. Sunday, May 5th. So I just want to show you that both of these articles came out today on May 5th about in reference to 589 and XRP. Now, the thing about this, it actually touches on Corey Johnson, and that's why I brung this up. So you actually have to be careful on where you get your news from with some of these publications, because it touched on Corey Johnson meeting with the Trump administration. I'm going to get on with that. I'm going to read it verbatim. You know how I do. XRP is a shining cryptocurrency in the crypto markets. All the indicators emphasize a revival in the crypto markets. Ripple officially introduced to Trump's administration. Now I'm going to go down to the next paragraph here. Corey Johnson, Ripple's chief market strategist, has proudly had the chance to introduce Ripple and XRP to Trump's administration. Corey Johnson, chief marketing strategist, I'm sorry, my mouse keeps getting caught up. Corey Johnson, chief marketing strategist for the San Francisco-based company, tried to clarify a few points during his recent interview with Breaker. Breaker is a magazine, for those that don't know. One of the topics discussed in the interview was Johnson meeting with members of the Trump administration concerning Ripple and cryptocurrency as a whole, I guess. See at the end of the article for details. I looked at the end of the article. It showed, some details and stuff like that with Corey Johnson and all this other stuff. And what I'm going to tell you here is that if you want to check out the article, I'm going to link it and also give you a table of contents, Ripple price today, stuff like that, things you can check out. But what's funny about this article is that they're talking about Corey Johnson, first of all, who is no longer with the Ripple Corporation as of February of this year. And on top of that, the whole Trump administration conversation. I'm going to click onto this article here. Now, it says, Corey Johnson, Ripple has been, really? Come on now, why did it do that? Okay. Corey Johnson, Ripple has been in regular discussions with the Trump administration. Now, this article is dated October 15th, 2018. This article is dated May 5th. Okay. Oh, click the wrong one. There we go. Oh, well, it was dated May 5th, but the one I'm in reference to is that this is dated May 5th, and they're talking about Corey Johnson speaking to the Trump administration. So you have to be careful about where you're getting your information from. Do your due diligence, because I could have easily been, one of those guys that are just hyper ready. Hey, guys, look at this. And someone else come out and check me like, no, dude, listen, that's old. That's not new news. However, it's still good news, of course, us working with, any administration, in the presidency of the United States to get things moving forward. But this article is dated with Corey Johnson talking to the Trump administration from October 15th of 2018. That's last year. And we all know that Corey Johnson, role was diminished from the Ripple tier of executives in February. So he's no longer, their strategist at the Ripple Corporation no more. So again, we have to keep our eyes open and pay attention, to what's going on in the latest news. And the reason why I say that, because who knows their intentions for putting up this whole 589 thing. Personally, I think it's just for clicks, but I just want to show you that this has already happened. Is it good news still? Yes, it is. But Corey Johnson has already talked to him. And it says here, in a recent interview, now remember, this is from October 15th, in a recent interview with Breaker Magazine, new chief marketing strategist at Ripple, Corey Johnson, revealed the private discussions I'm sorry about that, guys. The San Francisco-based blockchain startup has had with the Trump administration. So I don't have to read the rest, but it shows you that this happened, literally, what, October? Oh, my gosh, what, about 8 months ago? So, whatever. I mean, is this good news? Yes, it is. But, You have to be careful of where you're getting your news from. I don't know their motives for posting that, but if you want to check out the article and see what they're talking about, the link will be in the description. But nevertheless, the adoption is here. Like I told you about with IOTA, if you can't see the adoption and the strides that they're making, you know, you better get your crypto bifocals on. Same thing with Cardano. They're actually getting it done. And guys, this is Rob Cash. I'm getting off the set. But pay attention and do your due diligence, you know, before you put your money into any digital asset. The news is great. I hope you guys are out here getting it done, stuff in your bags. I'm going to hit you with some more stuff about Pundi soon and some Holo soon. I'd like to say thanks to everybody that's been on the set with me. Forgive me. I'm hungry. I got to go get me some dinner. But I want to say, send a shout out to everyone that's been out on the set with me. I really appreciate all the new subs. I appreciate everybody for staying with me all this time. And also shout out to my brothers from the XRP Zoo. It's going to be a great show tomorrow. And we stream live on Mondays and Thursdays. They start at 8 o'clock. They end at 9. So that way you can enjoy other content from other guys going live, you know, at 9, like CKJ and Brad Kimes and Digital Nomad Investor. So guys, come through, swing through at the zoo tomorrow. We start at 8 o'clock. Malpass going to be on the set. Kickboy's going to be on the set. And you know that fool Bones is going to be on the set. Come through, enjoy some time with the zoo. This is Rob Cash, and I'm off the set, baby. Keep on stacking those bags.